Hello, Isadora. My name is Dr. Andiplis. Tell me how you've been.
I heard you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're talking to yourself again.
What the hell are you doing here?
I didn't know I had to be invited.
Welcome to Tangible. This is day, what are we on, 6 now?
Day 6 of 5.
Day 6 of 5.
That's what the call sheet
And
said.
I'm wearing a Blues Brothers glasses and everything, so...
Greg, put this on.
Oh, wait, hey.
All right, this is what PAs are for.
This should be, you know,
That works.
keeps me warm. Growing up, you know, as a child, always seeing my favorite movies, or movies I'd really get absorbed into, I'd always imitate them. Especially when it came to comedy. It'd be always about Jim Carrey, or Adam Sandler, or Chris Farley. And I would always be mimicking and making jokes and commenting off the people I'd always see on the big screen. And after a while, it kind of just started sticking with me, and it became more of, as I grew older, how do they do this? Questions started to form that I not normally would have. You know, what are they using to capture this? Now it's, what kind of lenses are they using? You know, who did this movie? Basically, the art of making a movie basically grabbed my attention after I started, you know, finding the classes in COD. And from here, since then, I've fallen in love with the whole, let's make a movie.
Every movie I see, I have respect for. The process people have to take to make this film. You look at it and go, someone had a passion for it. And the fact that they got it on the screen, this is success enough.
Pretty shocking to see all these people just, hey, they're here to work on your movie. Oh, hey.
See, I supervised the script. I made sure the script was safe at all times. I highlighted it a lot. Just random colors, you know, it didn't really pertain to anything. I was just trying to make it look prettier.
I was in charge of making sure that we had all the extras for one day, which was March 31st, for a big concert scene. And it was my duty to direct the extras while taking notes from the director of where he wanted the extras to be.
My position first entailed being mostly a PA, but then I stepped in as camera operator. I filmed everything.
And with the first assistant cameraman, it was more of mainly just sandbagging, a lot of like the monitor, the camera, and you know, just adjusting sort of like camera movement. I knew how important this project was, so it was just being in a position like that, just making sure that I knew what I was doing, I was focused, and that I did not get nervous at any time, which I was.
Well, for Prop Master, I had to gather all the props that were needed for the film, along with making sure that the production designer was happy with the set decorations and everything else. PA, you know, production assistant, basically helped out with all the nitty-gritty details, including going to Lover's Lane, all that fun stuff. Yeah, it's always a good time.
The main part of the production designer is I was responsible for the entire look of the art department. So basically anything in front of the camera, I was responsible for creating.
Recording dialogue, ambience, that's pretty much it. Recording and occasionally doing boom operation.
The crew was very, very well put together, and they all did a really good job. Very constant working. I don't know, a dull moment. Like, there was good times, bad times, but overall it was a really good experience.
Take one.
Action.
Don't normal 18-year-olds go on dates and have lives on Friday nights?
Well, what's the fun in being normal? God, get out of my room!
Ugh.
Cut. Okay, reset. Not only is it, at least to me, important in the part, but it's also, can they make me believe they are not who they are in our reality, but in the movie's reality.
I wanted to make sure that I balanced the fact that since I was schizophrenic, then technically people look at that as a crazy person, but people that have schizophrenia don't view themselves as crazy, and so I had to make sure that I didn't look crazy because I thought that I was normal, you know? So that was challenging because I didn't want to feel too normal because I'm not. And so, you know, I researched a lot about schizophrenia, and I talked to a few different psychiatrists about people, you know, that have schizophrenia. And then I talked to the writer, since she, you know, knew everything about this, so that I would make sure that I captured the essence of what Isadora was supposed to be without seeming too crazy or too normal. I went through all of the relationships that Isadora had, you know, like with her father, and decided, okay, why does she have such resentment towards her father? What kind of friend is Jenny to her? And I had to make sure that I formed that relationship in my mind. Why she was so afraid of Maj. Basically just creating all of those relationships so that she was a deeper character than just, you know, in the few scenes that you see her.
Carefully. Yeah, just so you can kind of figure out just how to break free. That's really our only issue.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I watched a few videos and learned about jaguars, get kind of almost their mindset, I guess, so to speak, and kind of just infuse that with some other characters that I thought this character would be like. I always bring up Cheshire Cat and Djinn from Wishmaster, so it's a mix of those, and just kind of, you know, get into that mindset and just go.
Eddie, when I casted him, or auditioned him, I watched his auditions, and I told him, I don't want to see you, Eddie. I want to see Maj. Don't show me Eddie, show me Maj. And a couple minutes went by, and he showed me Maj. I like to see the actors and actresses come alive with their own perspective as well.
I was approached about doing this film. I was asked by the producer and the director to do it. I'm one of the few production designers in the department, and they handed me the script, and I then got a chance to sit down with the director and discuss how we envisioned the script. And we found that we actually had a lot in common on how we envisioned everything.
I did a lot of work with, as I previously said, I did a lot of work with Anna, and we did a lot of work with special effects.
It entailed costumes and makeup. Specifically, it entailed getting a color scheme, seeing what looks good on the actors and actresses, coming up with designs and things that would suit the vision of the director.
And that's basically it. We were very specific on uses of color because blue became the color of all of our hallucinations. So if you notice throughout the film, all of her hallucinations are in blue. If it's blue, it's not real. And then we kept with very black and white and grays with Tori's character, because we really wanted her to be a hard-edged character. And then, especially the beginning, she has all these beliefs and she has all these strong points, but with the edge of orange, because orange is actually the complementary to blue. So we were able to play off of that without actually having to put her in any blue. That's why you see at the end of the film, when she takes the pills, she kind of goes to muted grays, whites, because we wash her out, because her life is just, she's not seeing the colors anymore. Maj was always blue, and he ended up, his backstory is actually that he's an escaped circus slave. And if you ever get a chance to see his back, he actually has whip marks of it, because he was abused, and that's why he's so angry. So that was how we based our dress on him. That's why he's got the collar and the arm things on. I actually let our costume designer design Jenny's character, so we went with, we called it Granny Chic. So that's why she got to wear the really cool vest, and it was a really crazy outfit, but it ended up looking great, and it really fit the personality of this really chaotic character, because we really wanted her to be, we wanted her not to be a safe haven for Isadora to go to. We wanted this really eclectic character that was just everywhere. This movie would not be quite as good without my crew. My crew, I cannot say enough about how awesome they were and what a great job they did. If I needed something done, it was done. It was usually done before I could even think of that it needed to be done. They were on top of it, they responded to everything, and in their own rights, they are really creative people who were able to offer so much to this film.
I was fortunate enough to work with people who really, really cared about what they were doing. So it's really great that they're, you know, making sure I look perfect, but it's also tiring at the same time.
I think the only person I approached was Adam Felgenhauer. He was my lead special effects makeup. And I was told by 2 people to go talk to him because he does latex. I approached him, and I think 2 other people approached him before I even got there. And me and him started meeting, and I had never talked to him before. And ended up working out really well.
I had to test out the actor using latex, see if he wasn't allergic, had to make sure his contacts fit, had to develop the character based on some sketches, and I had the director, the art director, Anna, was basically my boss.
My position entailed essentially the full makeup and needs and whatever we needed to do to create Maj. Whether it meant waxing his body, shaving his legs and arms, putting his entire body in blue painted latex. It entailed running around, taking orders, being on the ball.
I helped work on Eddie, aka Maj, doing his body paint, aesthetics, all that kind of stuff for Maj.
I had to wax my body so my hair doesn't get ripped out, which was interesting, which was not too bad actually. Then they paint me with latex, my legs and chest, and they hit me with baby powder so it doesn't like stick. And then they latex it again. And they latex my face, and they put this prosthetic mask on. It slides right over. And it's like connected to a bald cap, so like my hair's covered. And then they pretty much paint spots and gold things and eyes, and put my contacts in, and my teeth, which is just like a mouthpiece pretty much. And then they glue nails on my fingers. And it takes 4 hours.
As far as the story and the creative team coming together with Maj and all the effects and the makeup and everything really pushed me to make sure that we made him come out as best we can.
When Maj was running through the forest at Herrick Lake?
Probably seeing Maj for the first time in complete makeup, like 100% done, because I had only seen like just mask and that's it. But seeing him completely finished was just like, oh my God.
We got done filming, then a few of us were just hanging out in the parking lot, and let's see, yeah, Josh played some kind of like remix version of September. You know, do you remember? Yeah, and I was dancing to that wildly.
Probably going to Lover's Lane. That was the most unique situation I did on set the entire time. Being told as soon as I got there, going, Adam, we need you to do something. What? Take my van, and go to Lover's Lane. Do what again? And mind you, for those that don't know, I was wearing a trench coat the entire time.
The things that always pop in my mind are when I was terrorizing the animal life around set, and Wayne's dog, Samson, he didn't really like me too much when I got the mask on, and then I scared a set of ducks who were, I was sitting on a dock, and there was ducks trying to swim underneath. I was looking at them, and they just stopped. And then they got close, and I stuck my foot out, and I had this big purple foot on, and they both just flew off there.
For me, the most memorable was one of our characters, Maj, was completely done up in latex. And we had a really rushed morning, and I'd helped dress a set, then we had to put belt loops on his pants. And I kind of forgot about it until after I got him in the pants. And once he was wearing them, I couldn't take him off of them because he was latexed into them. So we had to sew, so me and one of the special effects makeup assistants was sitting there sewing belt loops onto his pants while he was wearing them right before we went on set.
One of my most memorable times was when we went to go film in front of Anna's parents' house. It was the scene for Ayana's character to come and address Isadora, and there were bees everywhere. And we were so worried about getting stung by the bees. And we're like, action, hurry, we gotta get the scene in. Because we're getting these bees all flying around everywhere, and I was afraid that Ayana and Tori were gonna get stung, or Mike was gonna go flying at the camera because he was jumping or something. But it was pretty funny, especially the car ride back. It was pretty funny because we popped on some music, and again, Ayana and Tori going ahead and singing to the song with being animated and everything. It was pretty funny.
Ayana and I got to set, and we rounded the corner to where the makeup room was.
Tori had walked in. Maj was already in character.
I had a moment.
And the first thing out of her mouth was, "Oh my God!" And she like freaked out.
I had to recompose myself because it threw me off. But yeah, Adam said multiple times that he will never forget my reaction.
I really loved being on set. Like, I met a lot of really cool people. I've been on other student sets before, and this is by far the most organized that I've been on.
Way more stressful than I've worked on films before, and it was way more stressful than any other film I've worked on, but it was fun.
It was fun. I mean, I try to have fun entire time. There's like there were some stressful situations, but no, overall, it was pretty fun. I'd like to do it again.
Do you feel okay? Sometimes, dude. My asshole's leaking. It is, dude. Oh shit, man, my fucking starfish failed, man.
Just getting to work a professional video camera, such as the F3.
It was chaotically organized, and it was just, there was so much to do, and it was a huge challenge to do everything that got done.
Overall experience, I loved it. I had a fantastic time learning, meeting different people, going around, running around like a chicken with my head cut off, following orders, and just having a really good time working as a group cooperative to make it all come together.
I liked the people that I worked with. I really enjoyed working with Ayana, who played Jenny. I loved working with Constantine. I can't remember his name, but the guy that played my dad. I just enjoyed working with all the people that I was with on camera, and Wayne I really enjoy him as a director.
It was awesome. I mean, I don't think there's any other way to describe it. You get to dress up, you get to look like a badass character, and you get to walk around like a badass character, and you get to act like a badass character, and threaten and chase people. It's pretty cool. You don't do that every day, so.
This was a good experience. We're done! And now we can get in the warm. Yay!
I don't want to limit myself if I don't have to. I'd like to see where my limits can go. And right now where I sit, I have no limits. So I like to try and push whatever limits I do have.
Right. Are you entertained?
So I was thinking, what is it?